Hi, everyone. My name's Anya, and welcome to another Magma classroom. So today we're going to get into plaster cast studies. This is going to be a really interesting value study. So if you're just coming in and you're wondering what we're doing, go ahead and pick a sequence panel. We also have a guest artist here today. So I want to show you a few things. So our guest artist today is Florent Farges, and he's got like this really prolific, epic YouTube channel. Definitely check him out. He does a lot of like oil painting and charcoal and like drawing. It's all like traditional atelier inspired stuff. And so I actually I knew of his YouTube channel for several years, and I got into it recently when I started oil painting. It's like really fascinating. I got on his YouTube, saw a few live streams, and then I noticed he had like a Discord, and that was awesome too. And I went in there and I actually met the guy. So cool, right? I'll put his Discord link in the chat. Hi, Balsam Art. I believe that's one of his regulars. So without further ado, let's look into some of his stuff. Like, look at this. Look at this amazing, like, the anatomy is on point. The values are epic. Like, I mean, look at the composition that this guy does. Like, it's amazing. So I got to talk to him, meet him. I've been through some of his events. It was super fun. And he's an awesome guy. And so I thought, hey, let's invite him to one of our classrooms. And so here he is.
Hey, I can finally get in. Hello, Anya. How are you doing? I was excited. I was listening to the whole thing. I was like, when is my time? When is my time?
That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
hello, everybody.
I stop talking, singing your praises.
It's nice. It's nice sometimes to have, like, it's a good experience listening to, nice comments about your work. I like it.
Yeah.
Every day should start like that.
Hey guys. Okay, so will his channel link in the description? Sure. Hold on. I'll just put it in the comments here. But I'll edit the YouTube after after the live stream comes out. Sorry guys. Yeah, go ahead, check him out on YouTube. He's also got a personal website, which is where I was showing you guys his art. Here, let me go back. It's pretty awesome, like, honestly. So I've had like multiple conversations with you about art in general, and it's just always nice to talk with somebody who actually like knows what they're talking about. It's like really amazing. I think you were like one of the first people who talked to me about like negative space. When I was sketching, you were like, look at your negative space, Anya. It was like, oh, wow.
Now right? I remember saying negative space, negative space, negative space.
I know. You were like, you're doing good, but you're negative space. You're negative space, Anya. So today we're going to start and do a cast study. Now, if you're new here or if you're part of Florent's channel and you don't know what we do here at Magma, Magma is a software. So it's like Photoshop or Clip Studio. So if you're a traditional artist, like, you're fine, do your thing on your end. But if you want to join the canvas here today and have some digital fun, go ahead and pick a sequence panel. And what I mean by that is at the bottom left, there is a little movie icon, and so you can toggle the sequence panels. And so everybody else is also going to be doing one of these studies today, and we get to like see what they're up to, what they're doing, how they take some of our advice down the road. All of you, by the way, have access to all of the references. You can take over the layer and move them around, make them whatever size you want. You won't be restrained by that. So if you want to take some of the ones you're not going to be painting away and then move them and stuff, you can do whatever you want. If you are having a hard time getting into the canvas, I did link to my Artspace. So you have to join the Artspace first, and then you can use the link to the canvas to get in.
Look at that. Yeah. They're already starting. Like, they're...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. We've got so many people. So yeah, pick a sequence panel that somebody else is not already on. So I'm seeing Strateria, you'll maybe want to pick a sequence panel that's not already being used. Unless some people, if you're two in the same canvas, if you're doing a different reference and you both agree to be in the same canvas, that's fine. But yeah, pick a sequence panel, get started. It's going to be super awesome. Oh, Yaga, why the sad face? Why the sad face? Are you sad?
All right, so I'm actually doing the only one that's not in your sequence panel. I just figured during my setup, I wanted to do the nose as well, but the lighting wasn't good. I didn't want to have my box next to me, because in this, with a box next to my easel, I wouldn't have the spot for my computer and streaming. So I decided to go with the ear. So I'm the only one with this big ear, kind of scratchy. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, I can hear it. Okay. That's real ceramic, isn't it?
Yep, it's plaster.
Amazing. I love it.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do kind of almost like full atelier style. This is kind of the only way I know how to do this stuff, and I think it's the most instructive as well. So nice. I think you'll be finished way before I am.
Oh, don't worry. I'll take my time.
The point of this kind of stuff, like typically an atelier student could spend like 40 to 50 hours on something like that, and maybe more. Like it depends. Like really, if it's the beginning, you would spend even more time. So the entire thing is accuracy, trying to really copy it just as precisely as you can see it. The thing is, you learn that you don't necessarily know how to see it in the first place. Like you realize that seeing is really tough, that you never really experienced seeing before you try to draw or paint what you see. And so if anybody is interested in the painting, like the real life painting aspect of it, I'm just going to show you my palette. It's really, really simple. That's the traditional kind of cast palette, titanium white, raw umber, and ivory black. And you have everything here. So basically the ivory black will have more a kind of cool hues. So you can use it to make, you know, you can play on warm and cool, but in a very limited manner. So you're never confused with color. And we use raw umber because this ivory black alone would be just too bluish and cool. So you really want to balance and have like almost a perfect neutral gray. So I'm going to start actually with just a little wash, and I'm letting you explain. I'm going to let you explain, Anya, what you want to the people on the Magma. Well, I'll start, and you'll see that I'm not starting with black. Actually, it seems like you might think that, hey, I'm going to take everything and make it all black. Well, with traditional, you kind of have a different step before you can reach there and paint everything black. You have to do the blocking. And if you start with full black paint, it's going to be kind of tough to trace all your lines. So the traditional way is to take a little bit of mineral spirits, and you'll see that I'm going to be the only one not starting with black. I'm going to start with a wash of my raw umber first. And it's just going to help me trace the outline and start with a block-in. So let me know how it goes on the digital side of the operation, Anya.
Yeah, so digitally speaking, we're all spoiled because we have a color wheel over here, and we can like just use whatever we want, right? We can use this big green if we want to. Not gonna happen because there's no green here. So I'm gonna tell everyone, like, try to keep to your grayscale. I think it's gonna be a really good value exercise. But so you can approach this whichever way you want. In their canvases, I put like a tonal gray so that they have like a kind of like a light mid-tone, which is what you're doing.
So
like
basically,
you're going ahead and toning your canvas.
I'll have this.
Yeah, yeah,
just,
exactly.
I don't know why it's always been like that in Atelier, and it's actually it actually looks cool. It's kind of gives this kind of brown undertone, which is very helpful for portrait. And I assume it's because it's more helpful for other things that we use this kind of underpainting wash like that.
Yeah.
Because for this exercise, typically it's not super helpful to have this instead of, you know, just a flat neutral gray. But I don't know, I've always found it very pleasant. It's a nice warm tone. Kind of like it, find it soothing.
Yeah. I find, because I've been learning oils, right? I find that the more I do in oils, the more I am tending to pick the pigments that I would use traditionally in my digital work.
Uh-huh.
So that's what's really interesting is like, as I've done more and more oils, I've started to kind of like, I'll pick like a green and I'll be like, oh, it needs to be a little bit more blue because I want like a viridian green. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you start to understand the pigments and how they interact together. And I think it's actually made my digital work a lot better. So I love to hear you talking to everyone here about like the pigments and how you're getting started.
Right
so
now?
For me, like, no, I just a minute ago when you were talking about like the pigments you're using and making sure that they neutralize. That's really nice. So for me, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and like do kind of a simple outline, but I toned my canvas black because I felt like it. I very often will find I'm more like I'm more comfortable when I'm using a black canvas. That's just me. So like everybody, you can do whatever you want. It's not, you know.
That's one of the cool things of digital is you can really do whatever you feel like and even change it if it doesn't work. Whereas in traditional, a black canvas would be just you're going to be fighting against the black all day long to retrieve some of your colors back from there, because like most of the black background will just absorb so much of your color. You have to paint really thick, really opaque, and it's going to be a constant, you know, battle. Like as soon as you have the slightest bit of transparency in your paint, you're going to see some of this black. It's going to darken everything. So typically you would start with something more like, you don't want, like some artists traditional do work on pure white, like it happens. But typically you want something like kind of neutral-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like there's one way. It's like there's thousands of ways to do.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah. And one thing about this is a value study, but it's also very much an edge study. Because the edges on all of the different references, which, by the way, all these references were taken from Florent. Like, Florent sent me pictures. Yep. And these are all things he has in his atelier. Yep. These are all his pictures, so you guys can, look at all this stuff. Like, it's amazing.
My collection. The Dante here, the Michelangelo. This is who is this guy? Is Saint? I don't know who. I don't remember exactly. So I have them all. What saint is it? It's a saint. Which one? But it's by Bernini. But that's all I know.
Oh, I hear you. I don't necessarily memorize all my references names either. Oh man, the chat is boiling up. Okay, so Nolan says I haven't been around for a while as well, trying to get an apprenticeship. Balsam says only acrylic can
that's
cover
right.
a black
She's
canvas,
referring to what I was saying about the black background. Yeah, actually, yeah. And also, it's also a good thing if you want to use a black background. I have done this every once in a while, but I also use an acrylic black background. So My first layer would be black acrylic because it helps with drying time. Otherwise, a black with oil, the black will not typically dry really well and can really cause problems. That's one of the things you have to learn when you're not just doing digital and you're actually fighting against actual matter. Like it doesn't want to do what you want. It's like it doesn't want to dry. Okay, you're gonna have problems. So you have to find something.
That's what's amazing about digital is like it's dry and it's wet at the same time, because you can just do whatever you want with it, build it up as thick as you want. Like that's why I admire like oil painters so much, because you guys have to deal with so much more physical like issues than we do.
Wow.
Like it's really cool.
It's just you have to be like, right now I'm taking way more time than I think most of you guys, because it's like with actual paint, you kind of have one shot and you want to take all the necessary steps that you need to just have a good go at first and not just mess it up completely, because messing up is like, we don't have an undo option. That's kind of sad. We're still working on it, but like unless we switch to something like Magma, like we don't have it. So.
I hear you. Yeah. But I think, even though digital has its perks, I really, really do encourage people like to try traditional, because traditional can inform digital choices. When I was talking earlier about how my oil painting journey is affecting my digital painting. And a lot of people, like when they look at my stuff now, they're like, oh, it's very similar to all of your oil works. Like, how do you do that? It's because I'm trying to make my digital stuff look like my oil paints, because I love the look of it. So you can learn a lot by looking at the way that he's blocking stuff in right now. You guys, I hope I made that big enough for everybody to see. Let me know.
Yeah, and by the way, Anya, you were saying that this is a value study, but like typically in the atelier setting, this would first be a proportion exercise before anything.
Oh,
so
interesting.
The values is it's like the thing that comes last, and you can spend like, I don't know, like many hours just on the blocking only and making sure that the proportions are in place before you switch to values.
Wow.
So
there we go, guys. I never actually went to an atelier. That always like kind of surprises some people. Because I'm very much like in the community filled with digital artists, I very much come off as like the traditional artist type person, but I didn't actually go to any atelier. So it's actually really cool to get to have these chats with you and like hear more precisely like what it's like. It's cool. I like to approach this with like shapes. So what I see is shapes. And so I'll look at this like, here, let me add another layer and start talking about like the planes. It's like I'll see the glabella over here, or the corrugator. And I see like the front plane and the side plane. And then, just the front plane of the nose is here. And then the side plane comes out. So this is all like the side. And this is the front. And you can see like how the light is hitting here and the front more than it is the side. And that's why it's in shadow. So like I'll see those shapes, and then I will try and bring them over here with the informed understanding of the lighting that I can see. And that's how I'll try and measure things. Now it's never usually perfect. I don't think anybody ever gets to perfect, but I can hear how, like in an atelier, and I've seen these drawings where like it literally looks like exactly the same thing.
Yeah, that's what you want.
I
That's why
can,
you spend so much time.
Exactly. Exactly. That's when you were talking about like 40 hours on one drawing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
40 hours at least.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like, you know, a figure, like typically you'd have model that come and pose for figure sessions, and it's not just a one session thing. It's 60 hours, so overtime. So you have like 3 models in a term or something like that. I don't know. And a cast is like, depending on how fast you go, like it's whatever time is needed to, you know, get it like picture perfect.
That's amazing.
It's a crazy obsession, but it's there to, you know, force your eyes to see differently. And after that, like it goes way more smoothly. Like it doesn't have to be like that all the time. It's just like you're training hard to learn how to see a certain way. And then it sort of completely frees your brain from the rest. Which is why I still have this habit though, and it's very good for portraits, for example. It's like it's a little bit less spontaneous, but it's for accuracy it's good. Like you still see that I'm still far behind in terms of building the shapes. I'm not even touching the shadow shapes inside here because I still have not enough information on this big kind of envelope box. I'm still not sure about the actual width, the actual length, and also I have to. I'm using like the same process that they do in Atelier, so I'm using side size. So every time, like I don't know if you noticed, but every time I'm stepping back here, so I'm here, right here, and I'm looking from this distance, and this is my only observation spot. And every time I need to do the modification, I come back. So I walk back to look,
right,
and I get back into paint.
Right.
And this is the craziest thing when you start this technique. It's like so unnatural. It's insane. But when you learn, like right now, now that I'm an artist, I do paint every day and all. I don't do that all the time, but I still have my mark on the floor, and I still keep this habit. It's like most of the time I'm here and I'm not stepping back all the time, you know, in my normal work. But I still have this habit of stepping back very often, and I work standing up, which like rechanges everything. It changes how your body is completely involved in your entire, you know, in the entire thing. You're basically fighting against matter that doesn't want to behave how you want. Like it's like there's a lot of inertia. Like you're fighting against the laws of thermodynamics. Like you're trying to put order into something that's very chaotic. If you think about it, this paint is like, it's pretty chaotic. Like look at this, and you're trying to force this stuff into an image that looks exactly like what you want. That's crazy thinking. So you're really fighting against it. And it's very like this, the physical kind of the physical involvement that it requires, which is a reason why I think Anya's right when she says that using traditional is key to understanding this kind of pattern of like putting your body really entirely into the work.
Yup.
It's almost like a dance of sorts.
Also in digital, if you've ever seen me do this and then come back in, that's that same thing that Florent is talking about, except I don't really like leave my, you know, I don't
zooming
go
in
back.
far,
But that's because when I do oil paint, that's what I have to do is I have to like go walk back and look at it and then come back in and like do a few things. And they say that Sargent did that with like every brush stroke. I'm like, dang, dude, he got his mileage in, he got his steps. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, it's a pretty healthy. It's a pretty healthy career choice. You're still moving. You're very much an inside person, but if you're an artist painting with this style, you have mileage actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can have a step counter, and I never had one like those that you can get on your phone. It'd be funny to see how many steps I can do.
Well, I have it on my wrist, so I have a smartwatch. And it's really actually hilarious because on the days that I oil paint, I do on average 3,000 more steps than I would if I was
that's pretty physical.
doing digital art.
It's nothing like sculpting, but it's still pretty physical.
No. Yeah.
Like for sculptures, sometimes I talk with sculptors and they consider us to be like intellectuals. Say, oh, you painters are intellectuals. Because like it feels like for them, it's like we're in the world of ideas and colors and compositional. And they're really fighting against like the earth, against the rocks. It's like it's a constant battle between man versus, like for us even.
I love that. That's such interesting like perspective. Whoa. Sorry. I've never been around sculptors much, like real sculptors. Like I've been around 3D sculptors, but they're more like painters because they're just using the digital tools, right? And they're like amazing. But also like there's a difference between 3D sculpting and like actually getting in with your hands and like working with like rocks and clay and all that stuff. Like that's so physical, and I've never been around anybody who does that to even just have a conversation with them about it. So thank you for that. That's awesome. Yeah. So it's actually really cool because one of the things is when I started using Magma, it was a hard tool to use. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is really hard to use. It's I don't understand what's going on. It wasn't like what I was normally used to in a software. And it's come a long way since then because that was like 2 or 3 years ago. For one of the paint-a-thons over at Lightbox. And now being able to actually do like a plaster cast study and be confident that I can probably push it to the same level as I would in any other software is actually really, really interesting to me anyway, because it just highlights like how far it's come. But yeah, oh man, your people are like, yeah, they're really going at it in the comments, eh? Okay, so we have...
Balsam says, I see mistakes through photographs. I often take pictures while I work and can spot mistakes a lot easier in the picture than looking at the painting itself. That's nice. And sometimes a good trick also for, like coming back to what you were saying about zooming out super far, like we can't do that, but what you can do is like you can take, like using the miniature, if you have like a camera with a flip screen, you can use this little flip screen and see your painting from a distance, because even us, like we step back, but sometimes you want even more, I also have like, one of these, I don't know how you say concave. I don't know. I never know if you say concave or convex. This one, it's like, it's basically letting me see a sort of a miniature, a little bit unshaped, twisted image, but still miniaturized version of my painting. Sometimes it's it helps as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Having a mirror in the room is nice too. I don't have one yet for my atelier, but I'm thinking about getting one sometime soon. But yeah. It's really fun. I'm noticing a lot of like warmth in the reference. that I will not paint. I will stick to grays. But it's like it's really cool. If I was doing like a color match, it would be interesting. The whole like proportion thing, I always have issues measuring proportions with lines. So like some people are line people and some people are shapes people. I'm definitely a shape person. Like I have to measure like what I'm doing with shapes. Like I see the shapes a lot better, which is why I got into values like immediately. And why Florent is doing lines, like he's just comfortable with that process.
I'm gonna do both. It's just I'm not skipping steps.
Yeah. One thing that I was taught was like taking your time in this step when you're establishing your proportions is extremely important. It's like if your drawing isn't right, you can't make it look good no matter how well you render. My artist teacher in high school, she would say, you can't polish a turd. So you have to just, I'm sure a lot of people understand like what I just said there, but definitely like if the shape of it doesn't work, rendering it is not going to help. And actually changing it at the sketch phase is a lot easier than changing it as soon as you have stuff down.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest thing with people who kind of join art education at this kind of level, and they have done drawing and painting before, so they really had fun with the shading, the rendering, which is the funniest, like the most fun part of the process. They want to skip it to this part immediately, and you're like, no, you're gonna spend a couple more hours just tediously redoing this tiny line because it's just a half a millimeter too low, and like people don't really, like, a lot of people are not ready for this level of discipline and rigor that it takes. It's like crazy not artistic. You have to understand that it's not artistic. Like this kind of stuff that I'm doing, it's not art. I would never call it art. It's like a practice. It's training. It's like when a musician plays scale or some stuff like that. That's not music. It's scales. But it helps for playing music. Or when a professional athlete works out, it's not the game. The game is not working out. The game is not having big muscles, but it helps when the time comes to play the game to have more strength, more So that's the idea.
I fully agree. Yep. It's like your workout regimen. That's what this is. This is the workout, guys. Do you even lift? Oh yeah. I love what Gardery just said here. It's absolutely. Also, hey girl.
What many cool line persons.
Oh, sorry.
What does it mean?
Yeah, I know many cool line persons, like Steven Silver, like a whole bunch of people that are really good at lines. Do cartoon work.
Oh, like people who primarily focus on lines? Okay.
Yeah, Gabriel Quinn. Yeah. We had Gabriel Quinn recently on one of the live streams. He's awesome. Like the cartoon people, they're really cool. Yeah. Because I was talking about like
it's a classical divide. It's been a classical divide among artists ever since like the Renaissance, like between artists who primarily focus on lines and those who primarily focus on massive cutters, so values mostly.
Yeah.
And like you can see like it's visible even in the styles, in the art education. the best thing is to, you know, if you're more a line person, try to work on your value skills and your mass skills. And inversely, like you want both of them. You don't want to, you know, think, oh, I'm only going to do this or that. It's like there's good thing in both. So try to just, like, you need, like, it's not like you can say I'm a musician, but I mostly focus on rhythm. Yeah, okay, good. But you
Unless
also
you're a
want
drummer.
harmony, and you want all the set of skills.
Yeah.
But there's a natural inclination in every person's, you know, kind of worldview to focus on certain things. Like, so, some people also focus more on details. Like, typically line persons will have much more of a tendency to focus on details, whereas the mass value persons will more like forget about details and focus more on the brushwork, the expressiveness of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And most people are actually in between. Like, it's balanced. Like, each artist is like a specific mix of these various influences.
Yeah, style is interesting. You made me think about style just then, because that's what it is. It's like whatever combination you have is just that's kind of your style. I think the one thing I hate though is when people ask me, like, when they're kind of new and they ask me like, how do I develop a style? And for me, it's like, well, that takes a while because you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself pretty well for that to start developing. So I would say just like take your time. But how do you feel about that, Flo?
I think you just make art. You don't worry about it, and the style is what's left in the end. It's like what remains, what's the most natural at the end of the day is like your style typically. It's the only thing that you don't have to look for, search for. Like, you can try to copy the style of someone else, but ultimately you're going to lose it anyway. So you can do it once or twice and then you kind of lose the touch. But your style, like, if you're a person that's naturally into details, it's going to come back somehow. Like, it's but it comes after long hours of making art. It's what sticks at the end.
Yeah. You just throw everything at a wall and whatever sticks.
Pretty much.
I love all the subtleties, guys. Okay, I just saw it. Like, one thing I just fell in love with. So there's like, if you look at the silhouette on here, there's like this bump. Here, I'll kind of make a circle around it. There's this little very, very subtle silhouette change that I was trying to get over here. And I'm going to keep trying to get it right. But there's just that very, very, very subtle silhouette.
Yeah, these
so nice.
These are atrocious. Whenever you're in an atelier setting, these things are atrocious because they're never right. Like, the subtle curve that's here, it's incredibly hard to just replicate just like that. There's always something wrong, and in an atelier setting, they're always like making you do it again because no, not good.
Spend like 40 hours on it, and then they show up and they just rip
these
it.
Very subtle shifts, which is why you want to simplify them as much as you can at first and make them really very linear. Even like if you could trace them with a ruler, like it would actually be a good idea. Like, first segments like that, and then you reshape, you know. But like the straightest you can at first, and the more simplified, the better. Because there's no way you can see all the, like, if you really want to replicate it 100%, if it's the goal, there's no way you can just trace a curve freehand and get it picture perfect. So what you want is to, you know, you want to square it off or square it up. I don't know.
We get what you're saying. I think. So I'm dealing right now with little subtleties before I like go in and actually start to tighten up the edge work on this. Making sure this is where his technique is superior, where he's getting like all the proportions perfect right away, whereas I have to noodle around a bit to like try and get it right. So yeah, definitely two ways to get to the same place, but in the end, yeah.
Yeah, it's also the necessities of the medium. Like, if I could, like you, just paint all black, I would probably do it, because I know that I can, like for example here, you know, I noticed that this was too wide. So typically you would take some of your black from the background and just paint over, right?
Right.
With paint, it's going to be a pure pain in the ass if you want to do that. Like if I already have my black here, and I need to push it all and squeeze everything in, it's going to be a nightmare to do. So I know that. It's not that it's impossible, it's just that it takes so much time. So I'm taking more time right now, really making sure that, see, I have several, I take several guesses. So is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Now I try to pick the best guess that I can. And it's going to save me time later, because if I get wrong, I don't have the option of, you know, just pushing it with a clean color that's going to cover it perfectly.
Yeah.
It's going to be a mess. So the more you can avoid the mess, the better you are for later.
Ugh, I love this. You're getting me excited to do my oil session. I do like one a week. I know I should be doing more, but I'm excited now. I'm like, yes. It's just digital is it's so much easier. And so I think that's why I do a lot more digital. And it's a lot less
easier.
messy.
It's just, yeah, it's
less messy.
I mean, really, the only difference is just that you can correct and it's clean. You can make all the corrections that you want infinitely, and it's always clean.
Yeah.
Whereas with real matter in your hands, like, it's going to be too damaged at some point. Like, there's just so much erasing you can do on a piece of paper, or so much repainting that you can do on a canvas before it starts to really look awful. So that's with physical paint, the entire challenge is to just thinking ahead of these problems. So really taking your time. But we have fun. I'm promising you guys, we have fun. Join the club.
Yes. Yes.
It's not just a nightmare. It's not just frustrating.
We're making it sound so bad. We're like, oh, this is painful. This is like,
why would anybody use paint?
It's not ours.
Ban paint. Global ban on paint.
It's so good. It's so good. Since I started oil painting, my digital painting has gone so much better. Like, and it's so much easier. Like, and you know, okay, here's what I want to explain. Okay. When I started oil painting, I then I could do like a digital painting like this in like an hour and a half. That's fine. But in oils, it took me 7 hours. It like took me the whole day. And then the kicker at the end of that, I have to go clean my brushes. Ugh. And
Why
it's
would
like,
anybody do that? It's barbaric.
It's like
It's primitive.
archaic.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness, I have to spend extra time to go like, and then I have to like go make myself food and go eat and everything. Like, seriously, it took forever. But here's the thing, because it takes that long, if you make mistakes, you pay a higher price. And because you pay a higher price for learning it, the lesson is learned faster. That's just my personal experience.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I could suddenly like, because I would sit there at the end of the day and be like, oh man, I did 7 hours. And then my mentor like pointed out in like the span of 2 minutes, like what was wrong with it. And I was like, I suck. And like, I sat down with my supper and my lemonade. And I was just like, why do I suck so much? And then I was like, I had to be like, okay, this is why. This is my problem. And then I go to sleep. And the next morning I was like, okay, here's my plan. I'm going to work on this, this, and that. And it's going to make this portion of my painting better next time. And then I do those things. And then I learn the lesson. Whereas if it was just a digital study that took me 1 hour and I didn't have to clean up anything and it was like whatever, whatever. I don't care as much. But after 7 hours of painting,
is important.
You know? Exactly.
Caring.
Yeah.
Sometimes
like there's a different.
I have trouble getting people inspired in this kind of boring stuff. Just like a musical teacher would probably have trouble getting people excited about scales, stuff like that. But
yeah,
because of the frustrating thing, and people want to just make art, and that's good. And I would still recommend that you do that. And you actually make some art at the same time. Don't worry. Don't think that, oh no, you have to become perfect before you can touch an actual canvas. No, go ahead. Just go ahead. Have fun, because the sooner you can actually figure out the difficult part of making art, the more focused you'll be when you do the practice, because you'll realize, okay, I have a big problem with proportions, so this time I'm focusing only on proportions. Or you'll say, okay, I have big problems with values, it's been holding me down, so for this practice I'm focusing on values. And I always recommend people to not worry, try to make art, make as much art as you can. It's never going to cause you any problems, so don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it's hard to get people excited by, stuff that seems boring, but it's extremely rewarding when you get something that's just as good as life.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's the ultimate satisfaction. It's like, I made it. Like, nature has nothing against me. I can do that.
Yes. I love that. And it's also really nice because, I've heard so many people say, like, it's like rolling the dice. Sometimes I make a good piece, sometimes I make a bad piece. You do this often enough, everything is intentional. You know what you're doing, and you can do good every
So if it's bad, it's just
practice.
your artistic taste and your decisions. It's not the realism that's bad. Like, you doing this enough makes you capable of realism every time, like 100% every time. So you never worry about that. Oh, I can do that. I can paint exactly how it is. It's just, does it matter that I paint it this way? And you can focus on, what the artistic value of something is. Like, because ultimately copying something like a machine is not the point, right? But it helps that that if needed, you can copy something as a machine. That's all good. Like, whatever. Is it helpful? Is it going to bring more artistic value to my work or not? Then you decide. And that's art. That's when you start making art. You decide what you do with your skills.
Yep. Such a good explanation. Looking good, though. I'm looking back over here. Your ear's coming along. Nice. Ah, we have such sweet people in the chat. Your community is so awesome.
Yeah, thanks, you guys.
Aww.
Yeah. You know, and this is the type of, I know sometimes I do a little funny exercise like that on my channel, but typically I don't want to bore my community too much with stuff like that. So I try to have variety. So I never get to be this nerdy with my community in general. Like I do,
Aww.
I'm pretty nerdy in most times, but typically it never really sounds like a kind of a lesson like that. So it's kind of a nice bonus for them. It's kind of unusual.
Yeah.
Well, I should, but I don't know.
So
I
it's
think
like
people will get just too bored if I'm always like that.
Well, we always have good turn-ups at the classrooms here, so you're always welcome to do this again at some other point. Like, I love getting nerdy. Nerdy is my thing. And I'm just going through some of the wonderful studies that we're getting from community members here. I'm going through the sequence panels. They're doing so good. I love this like cross-hatching from Andy. That's awesome.
That's cool to see everybody working at the same time. That's really nice.
I know, right? That's what I love here. I get to see all of the community members and
I wish there was something like that for like real life painting, but like it's beyond the possibilities. So I guess the best thing is Magma.
I know. Oh, I love this. This is Strateria. Nice job. This is cool. I like to see your brushwork. That's
great. Also really cool for collabs and all, like when you have to work on a piece with other artists. It's an incredible tool.
We do that a lot. If you go to anything that's called Clubhouse in our YouTube channel, it's all like the community drawing together on one canvas. It's so chaotic and so wonderful. Like it's so good. We have so much fun. Here, let's check out the next one. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Somebody combined the two.
Yeah, they need your nose.
This is Yaga. Oh, of course it is. Of course it's Yaga. You're awesome, girl.
I don't know if I'll be on time with the ears to complete the picture.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Take your time. So Florent, I should invite you to the YouTube. To the Discord channel, and then you can like come in and like show your finished thing, and then people will look out for that. So here I'm gonna send you in Discord. I'm gonna send you an invite to Magma, and you can come say hi. And you can come be a part of our community, and we can be a part of yours. So everyone, I'm going to put Florent's Discord link in the chat again. Hold on here. Let me find it. So here it is, but here, let me get it. Put it in the chat again. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah, definitely join Flo's Discord. It's an awesome place. It's a really tight-knit, super like family-like community, just like ours. And I will invite Flo to our Discord. Let me just go find him.
And we even have a shelter for digital people, so don't worry, you'll be welcome.
A shelter?
It's not just real painting. We also welcome every art even digital and not AI.
Oh, all right.
But don't get me started.
Yeah, no, let's not go there. Yeah, that's a whole conversation. Whole can of worms. Oh my good Lance. Look at this. Winter. Of course it's you, Winter. I should have known. I see the art style. Looking good, girl. Oh, this is awesome. There's lemon, peppercorn, and Chexor. Nice. We love to see it. Love to see you guys getting in on it. Frank is our newest moderator over on the Discord. Shout out to Frank. I am going to announce it after the stream, so look forward to that post. It's gonna be fun. You're doing good though. I think you've been studying noses, I think.
So how many people are drawing on Magma at the moment? Like on this, how many are?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 14 plus myself.
And we should also ask, like, maybe some people from my community, is possible that some people actually also do a sort of a physical painting at the same time. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, you guys, if you feel like coming in and joining our Discord and then posting your traditional work, you're more than welcome to. So we have 2 channels. We have single player art and we have multiplayer art. The multiplayer is when you're on a canvas with a lot of people, but you guys are more than welcome to go and post your traditional work in single player art. A lot of people don't know this, but you don't have to post only Magma work in single player art. You can post traditional, Photoshop, anything you want. It's just for art in general. So you're good to go. You can post all your art in there. I'm going to put in the chat, I'm going to put a link to the Magma Discord if you are looking to do that.
All right.
I'm going to set it to never expire.
Do we have a shelter if we migrate to the Magma Discord? Are we welcome?
Absolutely.
Us physical painters.
Absolutely.
We're
welcome.
a rare endangered species.
Indigenous. You're endangered species. Do you guys want a traditional art channel? I can make it happen.
Yes, give us a shelter.
Okay. I will make it. Hold on.
Because everything feels so strange when you're in a channel and everybody's talking about settings and brushes, but like
no,
you're like, hey, I have brushes. Look, no, not this one. I'm talking about this setting and this pressure control and
yeah,
what?
I know.
Oh, did you download my presets? And what? I thought we were talking about brushes, guys.
Did I ever tell you I got rosemary brushes? Yeah, I got rosemary brushes. I've got like so many of them. Hold on. I have more than this, but so here's a rose. I can be like super nerdy. Rosemary and Co. Long filbert. So I have like, and they're expensive, but they're so good. And they're durable. They don't lose their hairs nearly as fast as other brands of brushes. So I use hog hair brushes. It's the Silver Grand Prix from the Blick store in the US. And I also use the rosemary. But that's about it. No, you're good. But I love these. These are amazing and they're so fun. And I have more over there, but I don't want to run over there. I'll leave it. But that's just me showing off my brushes.
Balsam asked if you got the Tish dagger. It's an Ender-Tishless brush.
Oh no, I don't.
I think it comes in a set, so you have to get the whole set.
Oh, that sounds painful. Wow, a statue of Cybernaut the Grape. Internationally recognized. Okay, this is an inside joke. Somebody made a statue of one of our moderators, and it's just a really funny thing. This is hilarious, by the way. Like, and of course, one of our other moderators, Nexus, is the one who made it. So of course, that this is just like, yeah, this is so, yeah, yep. This is Cybernation. Yeah, I love this because both of our communities are like little families. So I love, like, we're running into each other. It's great. Oh, Balsam says, every time I'm about to buy rosemary brushes, I remind myself how I forget to clean brushes and change my mind and buy some cheaper ones. Aww. Am I the only one who's like obsessive about cleaning the brushes? Even though I'm tired after like 7 hours of painting, I still painfully, like, I put on a podcast or something or a YouTube video and I'll set it like next to my sink and then I'll like just clean my like 27 brushes, which is like I clean them.
You got to be gentle though, because too much cleaning is not good.
No, but like every time I use them, you know, like I feel like that's
don't use them too much though. Because if I did that every day, I would just wear them off from the cleaning only.
Oh wow. So how often should we clean our brushes, out of curiosity?
I clean them when I know I'm not going to use them for a while. Otherwise, I just dip them in oil.
So you have like a container.
Oil. Yep.
You have a container that you just dip them in?
And mostly overnight, I would just let them. I would just let them on my rack. Like if I use them the next day, I would just put them like that. Just clean them with, just rinse with mineral spirits and leave them like that. Like, because really I'm gonna wash them with soap and water when I know, you know, I'm done with this brush. I'm not gonna use it for a while.
Okay. That's interesting. See, we're learning things, guys. We're learning. I'm a fledgling oil painter. This is a pro over here. So I'm learning.
your idea is not bad though, because sometimes, you know, if you rinse them not as thoroughly, sometimes it dries on the rack as well. So like your solution is safer, but there's a lot of wear and tear, like every day like that. First of all, like
I don't paint every day. I paint once a week.
Yeah. In your case, yeah, definitely that's the best option. Because you wouldn't let them a week like that.
Yeah.
So
okay, but it's good to know that if I like suddenly get very obsessed and I start only oil painting, that I should do that.
Yep.
That's good to know. Like, it's very good to know. Hold on, guys. It's too hot. I have to start my air conditioning. I'm dying. Okay, hold on. It's gonna get cooler in here. I can't handle it. I can't handle the heat. I shouldn't be a cook. It's like hot in Canada right now, and I do this because I have American friends who are suffering way hotter weather. That when I say it's hot, they're like, "Okay, Anya, but like, what is hot to you?" Like, it's usually much
hot, baby, don't hurt me.
Isn't it what is love?
For us, it's been winter since like it's been November, ever since November here. It's like crazy. Like it's been raining every time. Like we haven't had like a lot of sun. It's insane.
Weird.
So right here, quick tip for, see, I forgot a light shape that's here, but see, yeah, it's already been kind of covered and darkened. So you just take a clean brush, dip just a tiny touch with mineral spirits, and you can erase. So we do have an erase option. It's just that you have to be
okay.
You have to be smart about it. See?
And Frank says, I am one of those friends. When you tell me about the heat, I am unironically envious. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Flo. I didn't mean to.
No worries.
This is, I forget how much fun I have. See, a lot of people, like, they used to know me as the girl that was like, I'm going to work for Magic the Gathering. Yay. And then, like, all of a sudden I'm doing, like, a ton of studies. And now people know me as, like, the academic girl or whatever. But, like, it's really none of those things. But I forget how much fun I have doing these cast studies. Like, they're so much fun. Like, I love doing them. So the idea of doing one for like 40 hours to me sounds like incredibly fun. So, you know, that might be in the works at some point, because I'm like way too into it. And I was always envious of all the people that were like, I went to an atelier. It's like, oh, I want to go. Like, I want that so badly. Oh, man.
What kind of takes a kind of an obsessive mindset in a way?
Yeah.
To really want it that bad. But like in the end, it does make a difference. Like people say, wow, this is crazy. How do you do that? It's like,
yeah.
I spent like more hours than I can count, but yep, I can do it now. Happy.
Yep. And it really does, because it's hard work. It's not, because a lot of people will just be like, oh, you're so talented. And then I just sit there like, like, do you know how many hours of work I've put into this skill? It's a skill. It's like you go to a mechanic to get your car fixed. He has a skill. He has trained for a very long time for this skill. It's the same thing. Like,
yeah.
So it just, you know, I never mind being complimented by being told I'm talented, but it's also like, I wasn't born with this skill. Like,
yeah, well, you can always take it like, I salute your determination in building this, and I'm calling it talent, but it's another word for, you know, you had the perseverance to just keep going, and, you know, that's how I take it. It's like, talent is just, for some people, it's kind of easier to get in the mindset of being completely obsessed with something. That's probably talent. The best definition is like, all right, for you, it feels natural to spend 60 hours making one single drawing. So that's your talent. But you still have to spend the 60 hours building the skills. But the talent is just the simple fact that you can do it, and that for you it makes sense. That's as far as I can go with a definition of talent.
Yeah.
Because it's going to make your life easier, and next your work is going to be much better, but yeah, still need to put the work.
This is true. This is true. I think I just get like very easily annoyed with people who like do not understand like the artist in general, and that's my own failing.
Yeah,
I think
there's no reason to be annoyed. Like, it's like I tell you, it's such a foreign mindset for so many people, because they simply couldn't imagine. Like, first of all, they can't, like, if they don't see the final result, they can't understand the point. See, but You provide them with the final result, and they say, "Wow, that's amazing." But if you show them, if you rewind and show them your work way before the final result is there, they would say, "What's the point, bro? What are you wasting your time? Come outside, just go touch grass, do something constructive with your life." Like, see?
Yeah.
And like this, they like just can't compute that it's a thing. But when they see the final thing, that's when they finally come to the realization that, hey, some stuff can be awesome, and I didn't really believe in it, and I didn't know it was even a thing, and wow, but that's still awesome. So let them enjoy the let me enjoy the awesomeness. This is the word they put on it. It's talent. It's the late realization that something is worth spending hours on. But it's crazy work if you think about it. It doesn't make any sense what we're doing here.
So many people in my life have been like, exactly that. Like, why are you doing this? Like, there's no point in doing that. Like, why?
It's like, you know, photos
like,
exist
because I love it. Oh, I hate that when they say that. Like, you know, there's like printers, right? Don't you love that? I just want to beat someone up when they say that. It's like, just poke them right in the eyes. Oh, I'm being mean, but no, truthfully, it's something.
You know, you have to brace yourself, because don't want to go back to AI, but like in 20 years, they'll say, you know, AI exists, right? What are you doing? This is stupid.
Oh my goodness.
You know, Photoshop can actually do it for you. Why are you wasting your time? Thanks, but not wasting my time.
I guess
I'm actually doing one of the oldest things in the book. Like, we have pictures dating from 30,000 years that state that humans have been doing this stuff for as long as we can have records of human activity. So there you go. Yep. Made sense back then, so I don't know why it wouldn't now. It made sense just because it's pretty, it's beautiful.
It is.
It makes sense because it doesn't make sense. The fact that it doesn't make sense and it's just pure joy, it's pure love. It doesn't make sense. Also, that's the point.
Like, there's so many people that are struggling with like their attention span and finding meaning in this life. And when you think about what art is, it's just you sitting there staring at one thing for like hours and hours and hours and hours. You're basically meditating. So all those people that are like, I can't go 5 seconds without my phone or whatever. If you're an artist, you shouldn't be able to like relate very much to that, because you will just naturally be in a state of meditation a lot compared to those people. Yeah. So you probably have a much better like as an artist, I'm saying like all of you people, like the community, like everyone here, we all have like an advantage over all these people who are like really, really having a hard time, is that you can lose yourself in this art, and you can, while you're doing art, you have thoughts, you have, you know, you can process emotions, you can do all of these things, and it's so much better than you than just spending your time on your phone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And it's, you learn how to keep busy to relax. It's like when you do nothing and you don't make art for a while, like you become stressed and anxious. You can't wait to go back to working. Like you want to work more, like, because it's work that's so enjoyable.
I fully agree.
So I like, ever since I became an artist, I hate the idea of vacation, and just like, if I go on vacation, I have to take work with me. I have to take something. Like, well, I call it work. Some people call it like fun. Like, hey, it's still my work. So I'm lucky enough to be in this position that I can't wait to wake up every day and do what I love.
Same. It's the best thing ever, honestly. It can make you so grateful, because I know a lot of people who would be like super scared to like just go for like the art thing because it's so like foreign to them, but they want to do it, but they're scared to do it, right? But the journey in the end, when you get to like wake up every day and do this, it's so worth it. But yeah, super normal to be scared. Full agree on that. Yep. Nice. Honestly, getting something to this level of like detail is really fun, because then you start to like nitpick like every little thing, trying to get it like right. It's never going to be perfect, but it's good to like try.
It can be perfect. It's just more obsession, more time, more grind.
Yep. Let's see. Yaga says, if anybody's done, she needs you to go on her canvas and go draw this guy a nose. And I want to see what's going on, so I'm gonna go check it out. Where's her canvas? It's over here. Who did this? This is amazing. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the fun. Only on Magma.
You guys are the best. You guys are literally so good. Oh my gosh. Please give that guy a nose. I will come back to check this out by the end of the stream, which is time flies. It's already like, it's going to be done in like 11 minutes. That's insane. It went by so fast. We're going to have you on again. But yeah, these kind of studies, they're such a guilty pleasure for me. I love doing these. And I don't think we bored your audience, Florent. I think they're fine. They were so active in chat.
They
I
don't have the
love it.
choice.
They don't have a choice. But yeah, this is so fun. Like, definitely, those of you that are watching in the future, hello, in the future, when this video is like a YouTube video, definitely try one of these. Pop it in either our class moments text channel or our single player art channel, or some of you did like a multiplayer thing. Put that in the multiplayers chat, like whatever you want to do. And if you did a traditional painting and you want to post it in Magma, I'm going to be right after this. I'm going to make a traditional art channel just for you guys. So you can post these studies in there. I'll be on the lookout for them because I always like to see what you guys get up to. And all of you traditional folk are all welcome. This is an art community. It's not all like digital.
Yeah, so I have Leslie apparently is making a drawing version on paper.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
I'm excited to see it.
So she probably has a I don't know if it's pencil or charcoal version. I don't know what she's going to do.
That's awesome. Man, the people, they're doing this thing with that that face that Yaga is doing. They're over there doing something. There's like this whole thing going on. Oh boy. What is happening? Yo, John would love this. When you post this, Yaga, tag John. Just be like, literally be like, Anya told me to tag you in this. You will make my day because he would love this. This is cursed and it's a monster, so it's got John written all over it. So yeah.
Do you have a cursed channel? You need one.
We don't, but you can post cursed art all over Magma. That's fine. People do it anyway. People have no problem.
You're telling me it's a cursed
art.
Discord? It's a cursed server?
Not necessarily. It's just got a lot of people who like to post all kinds of stuff. So it's really diverse. There's a lot of people. We're about 7,000. So yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people from all kinds of age groups, and everyone's welcome.
All right.
Yeah. I'm loving it. The community is just coming together so well on this. You can't expect anything less from our little Magma people. Oh, man. I love your ear, though. It looks so good. You're so patient.
Yes. Patience. Is patience still a thing?
I think so. I think with the rise of like TikTok and all those like tiny little like less than a minute video, it's hard to get people to like watch the longer form content. So I think patience is a little bit less common, but in the artist community, you have to be patient. Like you can't be an artist and be like super impatient because it just doesn't work out. Like it doesn't work. Because you can't draw in under like a minute. Well, I guess you could, but it would have to be some kind of little cartoon, right? Oh, I'd love to see some people already posting in the Discord with their stuff. Oh, it's awesome. Oh, and they're all hanging out in the Discord voice channel. They're all like together in the voice chat. I love it. I just looked over. They're all hanging out. I'm going to go say hi to them when we're done here, just to like go say hi, spend some time, see what they were talking about while they were doing this, because this is hilarious.
Hold on, where are they? Community hangout?
Yeah. Wait, you
Hi,
went
guys.
in there?
Yep. Hello.
Wait, can we go in there during stream? Hold on. Hey. I guess we're also in the stream. But the only problem is none of the people on this stream can hear you guys. So that's really funny.
Yeah, I was just popping out to say hi. And
okay.
Looking at the monstrosity happening is like magic.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think the only problem is when Florent speaks, I can hear him twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you guys.
Yeah.
I was just saying hi.
Oh my goodness. That was awesome.
Taking
They are
risks.
amazing. Yeah, I know,
Taking
right?
risks, but trusting your community.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, could they hear? Could they be heard on the YouTube?
Probably. They were nice.
I don't know.
I think.
We'll see later. But yeah, maybe at some point we can do like a community hangout and stream it and stuff. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is looking amazing. You guys, it's like I've never seen something so cool. Oh man. Oh, one of your community members was not like looking at the YouTube video when I said I love your ear. And then I think they got confused. That's funny. Oh man, I love it. I love to see the two communities like kind of coming together and doing something like this. It's such a good mashup. So yeah, I think I could work on this for another like 15 hours, of course. Probably.
Yeah, you stop me at some point because I'm not gonna do it in one go. So
yeah.
You'll have to stop me.
I will stop you when it's time, and it is almost time. I think Yaga wants me to go in and paint on the monster, so I will. I'm gonna go do that. Hold on. They want me to paint on the monster. What do you want me to do, Yaga? So add it to, maybe else feel free to add it to add one hair. One hair. You want me to give him one hair? Yeah. Yeah, that's my hair. Yep, there it is. I love it. Here, let me add another hair. Right over here. Perfect. Chef's kiss. Oh no, you're good, Yaga. I love this. I love how this is like how the community like decides they want to finish this episode. You guys are like, yeah, we're gonna do like a monster.
It's crazy. I mean, props to the devs of the Magma team because it's crazy to program something like that. Like people drawing at the same time, and it's insane.
Yep. We all have different layers, and it's like we can all see the cursors, and it's crazy. Like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
We got to give it up to the team. The team is amazing, and all the hard work that has gone into this. Like, bravo.
Yep. Insane.
Guys, look at his work. Like, look at that. That looks literally exactly like that ear. And if you guys want to see what the final thing looks like, I'm not going to promise when he's going to be done or if he's going to post it in the Discord.
I'll keep this. I'll keep this for a tutorial of sorts. So that's good fun. Okay. I'll do part. I don't know. Like I would say, like referring to the atelier setting, this would be like 15% done, something like that, 20% maybe.
Yeah.
So still a lot of work. Like you would still have a lot of work to from this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still basically still the proportions that I'm working on, and I'm not actually, I'm using white ever so slightly, but it's not really to bring values forward. It's more to push the lines and bring the light shapes on. So I have the shadow shapes, and then I'm trying to work on the light shapes, trying to refine edges, but I'm still working on, all right, is it wide enough? Is this shape long enough? Is this shape the right, the right width, stuff like that. So it's still the early phase of the painting. You would be far from rendering and modeling at this stage.
Wow.
Which shows so how much care and work goes into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you're finished, I guess we can both look forward to seeing maybe something on your YouTube channel. But if you want, you can also post it in our Discord, and then you guys definitely cross contaminate the Discord servers, guys. Go post over in Florent's channel. He has a section on digital. So you can go ahead and post this in there, and you can go ahead and post all of your stuff in the Magma as well. Just have fun, guys. This monster, this monstrosity is genius. It's amazing. You guys have been like peak awesome. And I just want to thank everyone for showing up. Thank you, Florent, for being such
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. And like time has blown so fast. We're like 3 minutes overdue. So I'm going to go ahead and say, have a good time, everybody. And we'll see you in the next one. All right.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you, Anya. See you.